Hello friends, welcome to ADO.NET tutorial. In the last video, we added a unique key to our form. Now let's expose primary key through the ADO.NET, and we will maintain the unique ID, right? So that user cannot enter a duplicate ID. We can add primary key using the same add method, right? In the last video we saw about the add method. The same way you can use the add method and add the primary key. The data table can have more than one unique key constraints, but it can have only one primary key, just like the database, right? A database table can also have the same restriction. You can add multiple unique key constraints, but you can have only one primary key in a data table. Like unique key, primary key also does not allow duplicate values. But primary key in a data table is useful to perform the merge operation. When the incoming row matches the primary key, in case of a merge, the row will be updated instead of raising a constraint violation. Right? So here, if you see, this is the in-memory table, and let's state you are performing merge here. Right? When you are performing the merge, let's state that there is a ID column 1 to 1, and in the incoming table also, let's state we have a row with ID column 1 to 1. So when you are performing the merge, right, it will not complain about the constraint violation. Instead, it will update the content of in-memory content in the existing table content. So this is performed using the primary key. When adding row with duplicate primary key column, not using the merge, right, we get error stating the uniqueness. So that's the difference we have to understand, right? When you are adding a new row, the time if you provide any duplicate in the ID, I mean in the primary key column, then you will get an error. But if you are performing the merge, then the matching row will be updated. So the same way here, we are getting the data table, right, from our customer database. I mean from our customer data set. Then from this data table, we are picking a specific column and storing that here. Then we are adding the constraint, and this time we are using true as a parameter. That means in this time we state we want to add the constraint p key, right, as a primary key, and we want to apply it to the customer ID column. Alright, now let's go to the demo and see how this is working. Now all we have to do is add a primary key dynamically to our data table. So the code is similar to the previous one, and only difference is, if you see, previously we added a unique, right? This time we are adding a primary key, and the difference is we are passing true here to the add method. And you can see first one is the name, second one is data column, and third parameter is primary key boolean. So by setting it true, we are stating that we want to add the p key, that's the name we are giving, as a primary key, and we want to apply that primary key to the ID column, and we already retrieved that in the data table collection. Alright, now we will save the content. we will load the customer, add unique key on contact name, and add primary key in the customer ID. Now we will add a normal row. Right now, when I am adding it, it will get added, right? Because there is no violation. And let me try to add, right? This time, if you see APCAU, and let me keep duplicate in John Carter also, right? When I try to add customer, it will throw error stating that column contact name is constrained to be unique, and let's state that user is correcting that mistake, and we are trying to add. This time it is stating that column customer ID is constrained to be unique, right? Because of a primary key value APCAU is already present, right? So we can change the ID to, right? And when you add it, it will get added. So that's all. Now we added two constraints. One is unique key on contact name, then primary key on the customer ID. Now let's go ahead and work with the merge. That's all here in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.